and I'm on camera today, which is very rare for me. So today what I'm going to do is go over my 2023 Tarot and Oracle wish list. And these are tarot or oracle decks or Lenormand, whatever decks that I'm interested in and hoping that I might get this year. Not everything on this list. In fact, a lot of things on this list I probably won't end up getting. And there might be new additions to the list later on. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So let's go down to my computer desk and we will go over my list of the year. All right, let's go. Okay, so this is the second time I have tried to record this. Hopefully this one works here. Okay, so we're gonna start off. I separated these into separate websites, and then Etsy decks and decks from Amazon. So we're going to do the separate sites first. And of course, right here, what I have is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn, which we're all familiar with. I have had this deck on my wish list for years, basically since it came out. And I just never really got around to getting it. I love it. And I feel like it would be so good as a deck for Bridget, the goddess. And I really do believe that it might be my Bridget deck if I ever actually get it. But what was holding me back from getting this is, one, it is quite pricey, and I mean the actual deck, the full-size deck, not the mini deck. The full-size deck, it's on the pricey side, and I don't know, I've never quite been ready to spend that money on the deck. And also, from watching reviews and stuff online, one of the things that has sort of turned me off from the deck is that the cardstock seems quite thick, and it seems like a deck that I would probably not be able to shuffle. And by that I mean riffle shuffle. So that's kind of what was holding me back. But then they came out with the mini version, and now I am very much interested in getting this deck. So it is on my list, and in fact, it's at the top of my list on the little list here I have right next to me. But I don't think it's going to be the one that I get next, but I do really hope I get Oak, Ash, and Thorn sometime this year. All right, so next up, this is actually two decks, and it's not these two decks. It's actually the Fortuna Tarot deck, and I like the Emerald version. I also really like this box for the Amethyst version. So you know what? Because man, I still want to just get the Emerald one. Yeah. Though the Amethyst one is very quite beautiful. That's the correct way of saying that. So the other one on this list from this site, what is this company called? Hold on. Let me see if I can go. What is it? Studio Artemy? Studio Artemy? Okay, so that's the company. So the other deck I want to get from them is the Astro Soul Oracle deck. So both of these decks are on the pricey side. I do like this astrology one because it seems very comprehensive. How many cards are in this? 62 cards. Yeah, I just, I want to get more astrological decks, and there is another astrology deck on this list. Actually, there's a few. I have quite a few astrology decks on this list. So this is one of them, the Astro Soul Oracle. It seems very, I don't know if blunt is the right word, but just very practical. It feels like a very practical deck. I mean, it is gorgeous, but it's not like frilly gorgeous. It's got that beautiful dark blue with a gold imprint, basically, and it is like a shiny gold, I believe. So yeah, I feel like this would be a very practical deck, and as far as the tarot deck, I like this one also because it has that same sort of vibe to it. It's like a very no nonsense sort of thing, but it is coming to us in this gorgeous display here, and it's a pip deck, of course. I think I think it's just it's a pip RWS. I'm pretty sure, but it might be a Marseille. I'm really not sure, but
yeah, it focuses more on the numerology, I think. So yeah, both of those are on my wish list for the year. Next up, let's see. Oh, okay. So the Tarot Renard, and I really love this deck. This company has, well, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but it's a French company. There's actually a few decks from them that I am interested in getting, but this is the only one from them I actually have on my wish list for this year. Now, just because I have this list doesn't mean I am definitely going to get everything on this list. And there may be things on this list that I decide to take off, and there may be things that I decide to add. So if I end up getting the Tarot Renard, which I think is gorgeous, this is such a beautiful deck, and I love the gold, the backs here. Let me see if I can get a close up here. It's got that gold. The gold imprints on the back, and I am a sucker for that. I really am a sucker for shinies, for shiny pretties. I want them all. So yeah, this has been on my list for quite some time, and maybe this year I will actually bite the bullet and get it. But if I do get this deck, it's very possible I might get a few of their other decks. So they do have some Lenormands here, Oracles, and Tarots. There's the Tanis Lenormand. It's very pretty. I really like the Christmas Lenormand. I mean, this one's really quite nice. I mean, I do have I just got that Yuletide Tales Lenormand for the holidays, this past holiday. But I've seen other people review this deck, and it is very beautiful. It's a very cozy Christmas deck. Let me see if I can do it this way. Yeah, it's just a very cozy Christmas deck. I can't seem to get all the pictures when I zoom in like that. Yeah. But anyway, this one's really pretty, so I might end up getting this one too. Like, maybe I'll just do a big purchase from this site. Yeah, and now I'm just shopping, because now I'm just looking at their other decks, because I don't think I saw this one before. But anyway, so I would probably get the Christmas Lenormand one. The Tanis Lenormand is very pretty though, and the other, I like the Lily White and Lily Black decks. Oh, the Boo Tarot. That's right. That's the other one that's really popular that they have. This one's very cute. Okay, sorry about that. One of my kids just came home. And, yeah, trying to record in my office is a bit of an issue, because I just keep getting interrupted constantly. Yeah, I really like the Lily Black and Lily White tarot decks here. As I think what I was saying before about the Boo Tarot is, I really like it, but it's not really on my list. I think it's really cute, and I've kind of gotten my fill of this deck by watching other people use it, if that makes sense. So I'm just not that interested in getting it. I would much rather have the Tarot Renard, and my second choice is either the Lily Black or the Lily White. I like both of those, honestly. Like, if I look through this a little bit, I think I like this one more. The black one? I think so. And then the white one, I'm just, I've kind of gone a little bit beyond, listing what I want, and am a little bit shopping here. So, yeah, I think I definitely prefer the black one. Yeah, so if I did order the Tarot Renard, it's very possible I might end up getting the Lily Black too. Oh, and they have a mini version. Decisions. All right, so next up, we have the Northern Animal Tarot, and of course, we have all seen this one, and I really wish I had gotten the first edition, because that one I hear is just got the kind of cardstock I like, which is that linen cardstock, and I don't remember if version 2 had the same kind of cardstock, and that's what makes me nervous, because I get nervous about cardstock that's too thick, or cardstock that I can't shuffle, because I have really small hands and I prefer to riffle shuffle. So I like decks that are linen and not oversized and not too thick. And but the third version was announced, I believe, and it looks like right now we can't buy anything on their site yet. Yeah. But it's very possible that I may end up getting some version of the Northern Animal Tarot sometime this year. We'll see. All right. So the last one of the individual websites here is the Wisdom of the Kaliak. And I'm on the Google image searches for this right now, only because I swear Jane Brightson had a website, but she must have taken it down, or maybe it's temporarily taken down. I'm not sure. So I'm just in Google image searches right now, and yeah, it's. I mean, here's someone's blog, I think, from 2020. And she does have a Facebook too, and basically the only way to get this deck is to email the creator, Jane Brightson, and when she has printings available, she ships those out. And I keep meaning to do this, but like every time it's available, I'm just clicking this person's blog just because there's some images here, and every time it's available, I just don't have the money, or there's something going on where I just can't get it at that time, or I just spent a bunch of money on tarot decks or whatever, and I can't justify getting. She also has a website, but when we click that, okay, here it goes. We found it. So it looks like this page might, because it wasn't in Google it wasn't in Google searches, but yeah. Because it looks like a lot of the information was taken down. So maybe her site is down temporarily, or maybe permanently. I really don't know. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. I mean, I'm just going to look around a little bit. The art is just fabulous, and it's a very authentic deck and of Irish deities. And of course, the Kaliak is a figure that I really feel like represents kind of that winter time, especially Yule. So I'm looking forward to eventually getting this at some point. All right, so those are all of the individual websites. So I think I'm going to move on to the Etsy sites. Okay, so the first two here are from Tevada. Also, Shuffle Tarot. It's the same sort of thing. Let me see the next one. Is this Shuffle Tarot? So I have these on two separate. But these two sites, Tevada and Shuffle Tarot, I think they're connected somehow. Anyway, this is the Ganeshian Village tarot, and I love it so much. And gosh, and they often come out with different versions of this, and I guess I'll have to wait and see which one comes out. Here's this Ganesha tarot, which is quite beautiful. I quite like this a lot, so I can't decide which one I would want, but anyway, but I lean toward the Ganeshian Village, and I really love this one. This is so cute. But the problem with ordering from this place, Tevada, or the Shuffle Tarot, is that the shipping is outrageous. It is, I mean, it doesn't say here because I'm in incognito mode, so it doesn't say my location, but the shipping is almost about as much as the deck costs. So the only way to make it worth it to order from these places is to basically get several decks at the same time, because then that helps with shipping costs. Yeah, so we're not seeing the shipping costs right now, just because, like I said, it's I'm in incognito mode here. So yeah, so, and that's the thing with this. So it's, I mean, they have so many great decks, and the Sakura one is out of stock. So this is the out of this item is sold out. I really hope it comes back in stock. I love this one. Here's someone's review. I think it's really great, and it also kind of goes with what I've been doing this year, which is learning Japanese. So I mean, this is obviously a very Japanese inspired deck. here. Though I think my biggest criticism with this is that the words on them are in English. It's written like it's in Japanese, but it's in English. And I really, really, really want to get a deck where the names on them, the titles, there we go, that's the word I was looking for, are in Japanese. I'd also like to get a tarot deck where the sorry about that was my phone there, where a tarot deck with the titles in Irish too, because that's the two main languages that I've been learning. Irish I've been learning for years and years and years, but Japanese is more of a newer thing for me. But yeah, and I if these were in Japanese, I mean, I would be sold, and I wouldn't even care about the shipping price. I would just go ahead and get it. The other way to get decks from sites like these is to go through to find a community where people are group ordering some decks. And everyone kind of pitches in a little bit extra, and then they do like a mass order so that it makes the shipping worth it. And then yeah, but I'm not part of anything like that. So, but man, there are so many cool sites on this, or not sites, but decks on this. I really like this one. It almost looks like a red panda. Oh yeah, it is a red panda. It's super, super cute. I like that one. Red pandas are one of my favorite animals, I think. And there's other ones on here too that are really cool. And here's another, this is a Tiny Theater tarot. Yep, I'm shopping now. A seasonal fox, that's pretty. Look at that. That's so pretty. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm shopping now. Yeah, there's so many from these Tavada and the Shuffle Tarot. They have so many cool decks. Anyway, I'm gonna get stuck looking at all these if I keep going down this path. So let's move on. All right. So the next one is one that I actually think is going to be my next purchase, and that is the Zenseki Lenormand card deck, Japanese styled. And this one excites me because one, there is actually Japanese written on this. This is a Japanese style Lenormand, obviously, and it just has the numbers on there, no actual words, and I like that, and I'm excited for that because that, there's no English on it. So I could read the numbers as if I was reading it in Japanese. So, so that's really cool. I really like this. Yeah, and I have a little bit of Christmas money left over that I think this is going to be my next purchase. Oh, sorry, I got a pop-up. I think this is going to be my next purchase. So, yeah. So that is the Zenseki Lenormand. All right. So next up, we have the Rustic Roots Lenormand. This is a smaller Lenormand that's been on my list for quite some time. I just have, every time I think about getting it, there's always something else that I want a little bit more, and so I just haven't gotten it yet. And this is a very wintry deck, and I think that's part of the issue for me, is because I don't want to get it around Christmas time, because it is kind of a very Christmassy deck, and because I feel like maybe someone else would get it for me for Christmas, but then at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what my thought process is, but when it's not in the winter time, I'm less inclined to get this. But when it's near Christmas time, I don't want to get it just in case someone else gets it for me, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, this is really cute, and it's kind of, I have an idea of a bag that I would make for this, and it would have that kind of buffalo plaid print on it, just like the box. It's a really cute little Lenormand here. I quite like it. It's been on my list for a while, and I hope I finally do get it this year. All right, next up is not a Lenormand, but this is a little Oracle deck, and this has also been on my list for quite some time, and I just have not gotten around to getting it. And this is the Outdoors Oracle. It's a 54-card Oracle deck. It is very small. Yes, I've seen some images of this. Like, it seems like it might be sizable, but I have seen images of this, and it is quite small. Now, is it this one? Because I thought I saw something that was where the cards themselves were even smaller. Because in this one, this person's hand shows that these are not that small. But anyway, I mean, there's a whole system with this Oracle deck, and I quite like. Yeah, so I mean, look at these cards; these are really cool, and it seems like a deck that would go really well with that rustic Lenormand too. Yeah, and there's also, you know, I don't have this particular deck on my list here, but there's a Mushroom Tarot that I keep seeing advertised on TikTok, or not TikTok, Instagram, and okay, I had to pause that again because my dog started barking, and in this room, we have, you know, we have some work going on at our house right now, so that's part of what I keep getting interrupted. This is also another reason why I don't do a lot of videos like this at my desk, because there's too many interruptions if I'm in my office here. So anyway, I mean, there's a mushroom themed tarot that I keep seeing advertised on Instagram that I actually do really want. I just don't have it on my list here. Maybe I might search for it so we could look at it. But this seems like it would go really, really well with that. Especially, like, I mean, we have ones where it actually has mushrooms on it. So I do really like this deck. And there's a whole, like I said, there is a system to this. Let me see if this person's review here, they show like the pullout where the cards are kind of separated into different sections, and so you could kind of read it in a different sort of way like that, which is really cool, I think. Yeah, so let me see if I can find, I'm gonna Google this real quick. Fungi Tarot. I don't know if that's what it's actually called. Mushroom Tarot. Is this it? I think this is it. So this I may actually add to my list. Live on screen, we are adding a Mushroom Tarot to my wish list. Yeah, this is the one I keep seeing advertised on Instagram, and it's kind of got that style of the art, like, you know, the traditional RWS. It's kind of got that sketchy style to it. Let me see their front page here. Which I think it's cool. There's a, I don't know what, like, there's a charm to that. So I guess this is all we see. The pictures that show up on Instagram are actually a little better, a little more comprehensive here. But yeah, I wish I could just blow up this picture so we could just see a bigger picture instead of the zoomy thing here. But anyway, yeah, so I may actually manually add this one to my list here. All right, so that was the Outdoors Oracle, right? Yes. Okay, so next up, we have the Oceanum Arcanae. A Shilder puppy. Come on. Sorry, she can hear the worker right outside my door, and she's getting ready to bark again. So anyway, I've had this one on my list for a long time too. It is so pretty. It's just expensive. I mean, it's $65, which, I mean, as far as independent decks go, that's really not too bad. And I think what worries me about this is I think I'll be holding off too much, and I'll end up not getting this, and I'll miss out on it, and I think that's what's a bummer for me. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm a little, there's a sort of FOMO going on with this one, where I'm a little afraid that if I wait too long, I'm going to miss out on it, which isn't a great attitude to have. But I do really, really like this deck, and I don't really have a deck that is super oceany themed, and this one's just gorgeous, and the artwork is definitely my thing. I like this kind of artwork. I think it's absolutely stunning and beautiful, so this is one of the ones that I definitely think I will get this year. I just don't know when. All right, so next up, we have this one, which is actually a Majors Only deck. This is the Irish Mythology Tarot cards. I was just interrupted again. This time it was my husband, and I was like, I'm sorry, because, you know, I don't normally film in here. So anyway, so yeah, so this one, I think I don't remember who I was watching that they had this deck, and I thought it was beautiful. I mean, I love the cartoony style artwork here. yeah, it's very cool. I wish it was a full deck, but we have, but it's just a majors only, and I do have I now have a majors only deck. That was the animated series for Star Trek that I got recently, very recently actually, and the walkthrough of that, I don't know if I have that scheduled going up before this video or after this video, but that is my very first majors only deck, and so if I got this one, this would be the second deck, second majors only deck. It is very cool. It's right up my alley. It is Irish mythology, so totally my thing. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a really cool deck, and I just wish it was a full deck. I'm not sure that I'll actually get this deck for sometime this year, but I don't know. It's on the list. It's on the list. All right, next up, this one I am very likely to get because this is from the same creator as the Anima Mundi Tarot, which is right here, actually. And this is the Nocturna Oracle deck. It's 48 cards, yes. And I love this. I think it's so pretty, and it really fits in with the same artwork as the Anima Mundi, of course, because it's by the same creator. I just, like, look how pretty these are. Yeah, so it is definitely a deck that only has like the word of the card on there and not like a keyword or anything like that. So it's probably a deck that you will need to use the guidebook for, or kind of come up with your own meanings for these cards. But it's so pretty. Yeah, I just have not gotten around to getting it, and it's been on my list ever since Anima Mundi was on my list, and my sister-in-law actually got me Anima Mundi for Christmas, like two Christmases ago, something like that. Yeah, so, or not this past Christmas, but the one before that. I don't remember, but yeah, ever since I've been meaning to also get this Oracle deck, and I just haven't gotten around to it, but it is so pretty. All right, so those were all of the Etsy decks. Now I'm going to move on to the Amazon decks. All right, so first up, and these two sort of go together. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, and this is the same one by the same creator. This is the Moon Oracle, and this one's less popular, and it was actually kind of hard to find this one because it's not currently available. I actually had to go to my Amazon wish list, where I actually have this as on my wish list there, and copy the link and then put it into incognito mode so that I could see it here, because I couldn't find it in Google. I think it's something else kept showing up, so maybe there's a more modern version of the Moon Oracle here. It's kind of, I keep calling it Oracle of the Radiant Moon because we have Oracle of the Radiant Sun, and these two, I think, go together. But this one's less popular. So Oracle of the Radiant Sun, I quite like this. I'm surprised that there are not more pictures of. Here's the customer pictures. We'll look at theirs. So, this person's review: chill about the cardstock. Well, I have heard that the cardstock is on the thin side. Honestly, that does not bother me. But so this deck, I get the same sort of feeling of this deck as I do another one. Hold on. We're actually going to put this one together. We're going to do these three together here. This is the other one. This is the Alchemical Tarot. And all of these have the same sort of feeling to me. The Oracle of the Radiant Sun, the Moon Oracle by the same creators there, and the Alchemical Tarot. These all give me the same sort of vibe, feeling. This is almost etched artwork, like etched wood sort of artwork. Yeah, with color, of course. And they are very much, I think I overused this word, but esoteric. Like, they're all kind of esoteric. And I think these are done in a way that is a little bit better, I think, than the other deck that I that I had gotten that I was hoping was going to sort of fill that role, something very esoteric, and that was the Star Tarot. And I have yet to connect to that. I just am having a hard time connecting with it. Whereas these 3 decks sort of have that vibe, that alchemical, kind of high magic. High magic is kind of what I'm thinking about here, especially with the alchemical tarot. Very like hermetic, high magic sort of energy here, and it appeals to me as something to study. And I find that with all 3 of these, they all 3 of them feel like study sort of decks for me. And I think that's what fascinates me and interests me in these decks here. The backs are very plain, and there is a total charm to the kind of rinky-dinkness of this deck, because this person is complaining about the thin cardstock. It really doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be something that I'm bothered by. Yeah, but I am definitely not going to keep it in this 2-box system here. I wouldn't make it its own bag for sure. So I wonder if the Moon Oracle here, if there's a new version of it, and that's why this one, oops, I didn't mean to click that. Temporary, what happened? That was weird. Okay, so that was weird. That is... I'm going to search up the Moon Oracle. So let's see if we can find... so it is this. Yes. But let's see... We'll go to his page, the author's page. Is this it? Is this a new version of this? Because this is available. And this might be it. Okay, yeah. So I think I just had an old link. I think there's just a newer version of this. And here's the backs of those. I hope it's the same like cardstock as the Sun one. Yeah, Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Because if it's not the same card, because the 2 decks were supposed to go together, I think. So, and that was my big problem with the As Above and So Below decks. They literally came in the same box, and they were different cardstock, and that just drives me nuts. Oh, this one had a bad printing. Oh, but anyway, so those 3 I'm interested in on a sort of high magic, esoteric, I guess hermetic sort of vibe. that area. All right, so next up, this is a fun one. This is not one I ever see talked about online, but I have had it on my wish list for quite some time, and a lot of the reason I have this on my wish list is that these creatures, and they look so spooky, and I can see why a lot of people would probably not be into this deck at all, because they are really, really creepy. But these characters, these creatures, make me think of the artwork that my 4th cousin sent me. She is an artist like myself, and she did these Willow Sprite characters that look just like this. And I use that on my fairy altar, my altar for the good people. And this sort of imagery just gives me that creepy otherkin sort of, or creepy ultra terrestrial sort of vibe, not extraterrestrial, but ultra terrestrial. So creatures that live on the same, like live in our on our Earth, but on a different plane of existence. So that's what a ultra terrestrial is, and this gives me that vibe, and big time, like really, really big time. So. Of course, I have my own like sort of preconceived feeling about these cards that I sort of feel like I'm probably not going to jive with the book, because I'm interpreting these as ultra terrestrials and kind of like a fate sort of being. That I might have my own sort of ideas on and interpretations of these. And here's a few more. I mean, yeah, they're very, very interesting, and they definitely make me think of the artwork from my cousin. And because of that, I feel like this would be a really, really good other people deck for me. So yeah, I've had this on my list for quite some time. I just need to finally get it, honestly. So yeah, I think this is one of the ones that I will definitely get this year. I just don't know when. All right, next up. Okay, so here's another astrology deck. These ones were also astrology decks. The Oracle of the Radiant Sun and the Moon Oracle, of course. Alchemical one. It's more alchemical than astrological, but they're sort of connected there. Whereas this one is same sort of vein as the Fortuna. This is the Starcodes Astro Oracle, and I think these are just stunning, and it would serve the same sort of purpose as my Heavenly Bodies / the Fortuna / this one, and I would probably have all three of these. I gotta say that I'm not quite connecting with the Heavenly Bodies as well as I would have hoped. I like it, but I don't know. I think I need to work with it more, and I feel like I would have an easier time with this one, but I'm not sure. So I'm not going to spend too long on this one. It's really gorgeous. Same sort of vibe. Love the artwork on this. Yeah, so I like it a lot. I will probably get it sometime this year. Next up. So this one, I think it just came out, or yeah, I think it was just released. Oh yeah, January 8th. 2023, and this is the Tarot of the Owls, and I believe this is done by Llewellyn. Yes, Llewellyn. So it's going to be that same sort of cardstock as the Enchanted Forest, Tarot of the Enchanted Forest. So it's going to be in that same vein. The artwork on this is so cute. I mean, owls aren't a big thing for me, but I feel like this is going to fit right in with some of my other animal decks, and it's sort of an RWS clone. Yeah, but beautiful owl artwork, and I don't think there's a whole lot more I can really say about it. It's just cute. It's one of the ones that I like that it's just cute. So there we go. All right, so the last one on my list is the Magical Botanical Oracle, and this one is kind of gives that old world witchy vibe, and I think these just came out a few months ago, so November is when this deck came out. I just like the witchy nature of this, the old world sort of witchy vibe. Yeah, and I feel like this deck is a deck I would use in spell work. I'm not sure that I would use this deck for actual like readings, but I would probably use this deck in some sort of spell work. So there we go. There have been other decks that I want. These were just the list that I made recently. Now, as far as the decks that I will definitely get this year, the first one on that is going to be this one, the Zenseki Lenormand, because I believe that I'm going to use the rest of my Christmas money to get this deck. I'm pretty sure. And so this one I will definitely be getting. I will probably get the Northern Animal as soon as it becomes available. I need to get on this Kaliak one. I feel like the Fortuna ones will be around for a while, so I'm not in a rush. I will probably get this one this year. I want to get the Guardian Tarot, and let's see. I'm just trying to see which ones I will definitely get this year at some point. Gosh. I really want to do an order from this company or Shuffle Tarot, because Shuffle Tarot has the same sort of stuff. It's a lot of it's repeat. It's the same stuff. Yeah, and look at these. These are so pretty. Golden Journey. Oh, these are pretty. I haven't seen this one yet. Oh, and it's kind of creepy. Oh, look at these. Really creepy. Blessings of Ganesha. So this is an Oracle deck. Okay. Sorry, I'm shopping. Yeah. And here's one of the other ones. This one I quite like. This version of the Ganeshian village. So, yeah. Man, I love a lot of these. Here's Christmas Elf and that same sort of vibe. I think I like the red backs more, even though green's my favorite color. I think I like the red ones more, but then I don't know. Maybe I like the green ones. No, I like the red ones more, even though green's my favorite color. Yeah, I do really like this old school one. There's so many from this this publisher, Shuffle Tarot, and a lot of these are available on this one too. So this is local. So is the shipping cheaper? Is that why these are more expensive? I'm really not sure. I'm gonna have to look into this a little bit. And this one's pretty too. Look at this one. It's kind of got that sketchy vibe, like the here's the video for it. Like the edging. Oh, I like the backs. This is a cool deck. I like this one. Into the Wild. Yeah. Sorry, I'm taking you guys on a shopping trip with me right now. This went from, you know, my wish list decks to, ooh, look at this one. Ooh, look at this one. I love this one a lot. I wish, and this is in Japanese. I wish there was a version that had them in Japanese, because you know I'm a sucker for a dog deck, and I just wish there was a version where we could have it in Japanese, because if this was in Japanese, I would definitely get this deck. Yeah, super cute. Yeah, so I mean, I don't, both this one and Shuffle Tarot, there's just so many, there's so many that I just really like. Oh, these are the seasonal fox ones, but this is slightly different than what's on the Tevada deck. Oh, these are pretty. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some sort of big order from Shuffle Tarot or Tevada, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, I'm gonna have to because I really like a lot of this stuff. Yep, still looking, sorry. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so some sort of big order from Tevada or Shuffle Tarot. What else am I definitely going to get this year? Maybe the Rustic Lenormand and the Outdoors Oracle, just because they've been on my list for so long. Yeah. All right, well, so those are what's on my list this year. And like I said, it is not a definitive thing. There are things that I may add to my list, and there are decks I may take off and decide, you know what, I don't actually want this one. And yeah, and I don't want to get as many decks as I got last year. I got nearly 30 decks last year, and that's a lot. For me, anyway, that's a lot. I'm not a big-time collector, so 30 decks in 1 year is kind of outrageous. So, yeah, so I will... Yeah, I will have to... I'm going to try to keep the decks that I bring in this year under 20. And I want to go around 15. That's what I'm thinking. So what do you think? How many decks are you guys planning on bringing in this year? All right, so thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will see you next time. Bye!